This conference will now be recorded.
So we'll discuss regarding order by keyword, and please let me know if my voice is not clear or if I have any network issues or any lag on my screen sharing. Let me know by then and there itself, so we will not waste our time.
Madam, I have a doubt in order by.
Order by, yes, I'm going to discuss now. After discussing, you can ask me that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So order by is it's a keyword in SQL, and we are using this particular keyword to sort our results either in ascending order or in descending order. So we will use this order by keyword only for the only after the results are produced. Okay, so I will tell you the syntax. I'll tell you like what is this ascending and descending and how we can sort with single and multiple columns. So this is the syntax we have. Here select column 1, column 2, or we can give star also depending upon our requirement. Or if you want to have any particular column in the select statement, you can have it. So select column 1, column 2 from table name, and order by you can give which column you want to sort it out. So column 1, if you want to sort it out, order by column 1 ascending or descending. And or if you want to sort it out with both columns, you can give that. And you can also give 2 or more columns also. It's your wish. So you can give like single column or you can give more than one column. So coming to the examples, we will take first descending order, okay? So we will see this customers table without order by. I'll just execute it. Okay. So I am executing dbo.customers. There are 3 data in this particular table. So if you see customer IDs, we have 3. One is 452, another one is 20, and another one is 100, right? So I want to sort it out with descending order. I want to sort it out with this column, which is customer ID, with descending order. Then what I will do, I will give order by. So I know my column name, that is customer ID, and I'm telling to the SQL that I want to sort it out with descending order. So I'm expecting from largest to the smallest rows in order. So when I execute this, yes, if you see customer ID 452 is the largest number we have, and then 100 and then 20, which is correct. So in the similar way, you can sort it out with any other columns. So the same example, we'll take another one. And now I want to sort it out with address. Okay. Now address, if you see ADDRESS, until that every column has a similar one, right? After that, we have a number called 3. When we have seen this 3 number, and in the second row we have a number called 2, and in the third row we have a number called 1. So it will take obviously 3 as the largest number. So first it will display the address 3, and then address 20, and then 100. So it will sort in the bit by bit manner, if you understand. So in the similar way, you can do with ascending order as well. So ascending order by customer ID, that is 20, 100, 452, which is like 20 being the smallest and 452 being the largest. And then coming to the two or more columns, descending and ascending, I'll tell you. So before going to two or more columns, I want to tell about the default. So here what I'm gonna do, I am saying order by some column, but I'm not giving whether it's ascending or descending. So if you don't give ascending or descending as well, it will take ascending by default. Okay. So I'm not giving anything here. So, but I'll get in this way only 20, 100, 452. Okay. 20, 100, 452. If you want to sort it out with any other one also, we can do that. Okay. So now I want to sort it out with the customer name by not giving any ascending or descending value over here. So even customer name ascending would be how it will be TES 100, TES 20, TES 92. It will come in that order. See 100, 20, 92. So first three characters are same. From the fourth character, it will start comparing. So fourth character is 100, fourth character is 2, and fourth character is 9. So if you compare 1 to 9, then 1 being the smallest, 2 being the 2 being the middle one, and third largest being the 9. So in that way it will compare. Now, so I can, did you understand the concept, like how, in what way it will compare? It will not see overall value. It will see bit by bit, and then it will be comparing. So, in the same way, if you don't want to specify the column name, also it's possible. We can specify the column number. See, here we are specifying order by one. Order by one in the sense customer ID. It will take in this way. Customer ID, it will be sorting out now. Okay, did you observe? So it is sorting default ascending order with this column number. In the same way, we can also do with other columns. We'll take the city column. City being 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth column, and I want to sort it out with descending order. Descending order with column number. Okay. So now, okay. So I have sorted out with city. So V being the largest one, M being the next largest one, and H being the lowest one. It will compare the first letters. If the first letters are same, then it will go with the second letter. If the second letters are same, it will go with the third letter. In that way, it will be sorted out. Okay. It will not. It will definitely sort it out when there are duplicates. When there are duplicates means, suppose, yeah, I'll explain in the next ones. So this is about the column numbers, and again, yes, we have some other things also. I'll tell you. Suppose I want to sort it. I want only the column names of customer name and address. Okay. I'll tell like city, address. Then I'm saying like from customers Okay. Why it is given some issue? Why it's given some issue means when we are giving select some column 1, column 2. See, it is not taking the star. Star means it will take the overall picture. When you are giving only 2 columns, okay, there is no fourth column, right? There is no fourth column over here. So definitely it doesn't know what do you mean by fourth column here. So when you are mentioning some specific columns over here, you need to mention that particular column number exactly. This city and address, it's no longer being the fourth one. If you give like select star from, right? Okay, if you give the select star from, city being the fourth column here, but here you are selecting only 2 columns. That means city is here first column, right? If you want to sort it out with first column, you need to give the first column number, order by 1. Okay, then this it will only take the columns which are specified in the select only. So it will work in this way. I think you understood this concept. Let me know if you didn't understand as well. Now, so these are being the only 1 column or 2 column, right? Okay, we will see the 2 or more columns in order by clause, how it will behave. Okay. Okay, we have duplicates in dbo.persons. We will check in that way. Okay, or we can also check in this way as well. First, I'll tell in the customers and then we can go ahead with other tables. So I'm giving select star from dbo.customers, order by. I want to sort it out with city and address. Okay. I'm saying descending order. Okay, fine. Did you get my point? So now what happens exactly? Okay, first being the order by is city and then the order by is address. Okay, I have given order by city and I didn't specify which particular order it should sort, either ascending or descending for the city. For the city, I didn't mention anything. So what happens is city by default, it will take as an ascending order and it will give in ascending order. Hyderabad, Mexico, Vijayawada, H being the smallest in A to Z and V being the largest in A to Z. Now coming to the address. Address I have specified as descending order. So what it will do, address will take in descending order. We can clearly get this particular point in persons table, but let me explain clearly. So city is sorted out in ascending and address is by default. And address is sorted out by descending. So we'll go to persons table to be more clear. So what happens here? So first of all, select star from persons. We have 12 rows and I want to sort it out with last name, first name, descending. That means last name, as I didn't give anything over here, I didn't specify any ascending or descending. Last name will be sorted out with ascending order, okay? And the first name will be sorted out with descending order. Let's see whether this is happening or not. So I have given order by last name, first name, descending order. Let's see last name. Okay, last name, it should sort it out with ascending order. So B being the smallest in the A to Z letters, then we have two B's over here. Then in this way, what happens? Then it will go to the first name descending order. So first name descending order is test, right? And the second descending order is LZZY. So it will sort in that way. First, it will give preference to the last name. If last name is duplicate, then it will go to the first name and it will sort it out however we give over here. And in the same way, if you want to sort it out last name also with descending, you need to mention here that is descending. If you see here, last name is descending order here. That means T being the largest came in the front and B being the smallest, it been in the last. And if you see this particular, right, two Srinus are duplicates, then it will go for the first name. Even in the first name also, it is duplicate. So by our order, it will see if you give 106 in the front or 107 in the front, it doesn't matters, right? So however you give, it will come in that way itself. So if you see in the Kishore 6 and 7 rows, Kishore being the duplicate, then first name it will sort it out with descending order. 909, see numbers anytime it will take it as ascending order only. Depends, like when we get alphabets and the numbers, then numbers will be in the descending order. Okay, so in this way you can sort it out. If you are sorting out with ascending order, then no need to mention twice, because by default it will take as ascending, right? So no need to mention twice also, or no need to mention at last. So you can do this is same, and this is same, and this is also same. All will retrieve the same results. So last name and first name both will be sorting out with ascending order. If you mention also, it will sort it out in ascending order. If you mention only for the last column also, it will sort it out in ascending order, because by default SQL will take order by as ascending order. So this is about the concept of order by. If you have any doubts, we can discuss at the end of this call. Okay. So we will go to insert into statement. Insert into statements is something like, if you want to insert, suppose Okay. So suppose in select star from DBO dot customers, we have only three data. So I want to insert the fourth data. So we can insert the data using this particular statement. So syntax goes in this way. Insert into is the keyword and table underscore name is the table name, and here we need to mention which columns we need to insert. If you don't want to mention any of the column also, you can mention it, and also you need to mention the values for which column. In real time, what happens is, here we don't have anything such as primary key or something, but in real time what happens is there will be at least one column which is unique, like your roll number in your college, and that key column is mandatory. So if you are inserting into customers table, suppose customer ID will be mandatory. Though you are not giving this particular data, it is also fine. Then it will insert as well. So I'll show you how we can do that. We will see all the examples. So for the first example, what happened? Insert into customers table. I'm inserting all the columns. Okay. Customer ID, customer name, address, city, email. So I'll be inserting all the columns now. So address, we have given customer ID as 130, customer name as SQL class demo, address is address Hyderabad, and city being Jaipur, and email being something like XYZ. Okay. So I'm going to run this statement. What it will do is it will create a new row over here with this data. One that is SQL class demo, add Hyderabad, Jaipur, XYZ at the rate gmail.com. So when you execute it, it is saying like one row affected. One row affected in the sense one row we are either inserting or updating, something like that. So it is saying like your particular statement is executed and it is success. So what I want to do, I want to execute select star from dbo.customers, and I want to see whether this particular data is inserted or not. Okay, see 130, fourth row is inserted, which was not there earlier. And with this data 130 SQL class demo, add Hyderabad, Jaipur, XYZ, gmail.com. Okay, so what we are doing here, inserting a row of all the column values in the table. So you would have got it out, like what if you want to insert only one or two rows? Yes, you can do that. I will show you how. So I want to insert customer ID and okay, customer ID, city, email. I want to insert only these three. So I'll give 140 and city being Chennai and SQL@gmail.com. Okay. See, one row got affected. Let's see how it got inserted. If you see, I didn't give customer name, I didn't give address. Okay, it is taking as null value. So we can insert the data which is like we can insert the data of only some columns. It is possible. But in real time, what happens? If you don't give, suppose if you think this customer ID is the unique column or the primary key, if you are not giving this customer ID in the insert statement, it will not allow because it is the primary key of this particular table. So if unique ID is not there, then how you can identify, like suppose it's like your Aadhaar number or it's like your name, okay, last name. Last name is also a mandatory field in real time, but here it's not mandatory, but when you go to the projects and all, it's mandatory. So here, if I don't give the customer ID also, it will accept. Let's see that. So inserting a row of some columns. Okay. So I don't give this customer ID. I'll give city and customer name. So city. Okay, one row got affected. See, I have executed the same statement twice. That's why I got two rows. If you observe. So I didn't give the customer ID, so it became null. Am I clear? Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
So,
I have
in this way you can insert it, but in real time it is not possible if you don't give the customer ID in the insert statement, as it's a unique key. I think you understood this concept. So this is about the insert, how you can do insert. We can also do insert in the persons table. I'll show how. We'll take the same thing. So let's see what are all columns available over here. Okay, we have a person ID, last name, first name, address, city. So here we need to give table name as persons. Okay, person ID, as we have 111, I want to give 112. Okay, and last name being, let it be SQL class demo. And first name is so last name I'll give as SQL class and first name being demo, and the address would be something like city Mumbai. Let's try to execute it. So one row got affected. I'll see whether the 112 row got inserted or not. See here, 112 SQL class demo 50252 Mumbai. No need to give in the same order. Okay, you can change the orders. I will show you how to change the orders. Okay. I'll give this person ID in the last, and address being here. So no need to be in the same order. That's what I want to mention over here. But see, column 1 data should be correct. Column 1 is address, right? Address data I want to give as some city or some number. Okay, 6000, something like that. 4, and last name being SQL class 5, and first name being demo 5, and city being Thane. Person ID again 113. Okay, so I have changed the order of the columns. It's affected, right? Then I'll try to see. Person ID I have given as 113. It has come as 113. And address I have given 640. That means 640. Demo 5 is the first name. Last name is SQL class 5. City is Thane. So even if you change the order of the columns, you need to give the values correctly. That's all. So even then it will be executed. Okay. Okay. So I want to specify about one particular concept called null. So what is this null? So if suppose a field with null value, if you take here, if you see this address 1110 row, a field with null value means it has no value. Okay, it doesn't have anything, but we cannot say it's an empty field. See here if you see, it's an empty field. Okay, but empty and null are not same. Null means it doesn't have value. Empty means empty. That's all. So usually how it happens is we think like null and empty are the same, but null is different, empty is different. So if you want to insert an empty row of some address or some field, you can do that. How I'll show you in the insert column first. Suppose I want to insert in the first name some empty field. If you don't give first name and if you don't give the value over here, it will be inserted as null, right? But if you give first name over here, but if you give the empty row, then what happens? It will insert as an empty row. Let it be in this way. Address being 70,000. Last name being SQL Classics. First name I want to insert as empty row, and city being anything like what we can give. Okay, Bangalore, and person ID being 114. We'll see whether this will insert as an empty row or not. Yes, one row got affected. We'll see. If you see here, right, first name has an empty row, right? So in this way you can insert empty rows as well. If you don't give first name itself, it will give as a null value. Inserting okay. So this is the difference between null and the empty value. So if you see like null field or we can say like a field with null value is a field with no value. So suppose how we get this null value. If a field in a table is optional, suppose I said like in practical, not here, in practical at least one field will be mandatory field, but it's not like how we can say, it may be like one or two or more than one field also may be mandatory fields in practical, but here nothing is mandatory. But in practical, I'm saying in a practical way, if a field or a table is optional, then if you are not inserting any value over there, it will take as a null value. Okay, in this example, if you see, suppose address is not a mandatory value. If you think like that, address is not a mandatory value, then if you are not specifying this value, then it will be inserted as a null value. Okay. And also you can insert a record with spaces in this particular data. Suppose I want to insert a space. So what I do here, I'm going to insert a space. If you observe, I have inserted one space. Even this will take as a value. We no longer say this is an empty value. Okay, this is a space. One value is there, which is a space. Okay, I have executed it. We'll see. Here, if you see, we will think both are same, but both are not same. I will copy this and show it over here. See, one space it has moved, right? One space it has moved. And I'll also show clearly. Okay, so I will show you clearly. So let's start from how do you get this data. Okay, so if you see 114 first name is an empty row and 115 first name is not an empty row, it is having a space. Okay, how we can retrieve this data? So let's start from dbo.persons, where my first name equals to empty. Empty means how you need to specify in single quotes. Okay, it will retrieve the result. We'll execute it. See here. If you see here, in this, how this particular quotes will be taken into account from SQL perspective. So if you give this particular single quotes over here, it will take an empty row as well as an blank row as well as an any row with some spaces. Other than spaces, it should not have any other value. But we will see another example over here. So I'll insert it one row over here, then I'll get only 115. See, even now it is taking in this particular way. But in practical, what happens, I will tell you. So in the practical way, how it will go, if you are giving some particular formulas or some particular editing options, when you go in the practical way, this will only retrieve the 115 data, and this will retrieve 114 and 115 data. But see, in practical, it all depends on the configurations, how developers or the admins will do in our case. So this both will be right in the in this context, but in the practical way, it will be not right when you are executing this with one space. This 114 will not get into picture. Okay, understood?
Yes, madam.
Okay, if you want to retrieve only the 115 row or 114 row, then what you can do is simply you can add some other column condition, and you can get that particular data. In practical, if you do only with one row also, I mean one column also, it's fine. But now if for the empty rows, it all depends on the configurations and the coding part which developers do. Okay. Okay, we will tell about this null value and we will close out. So I want to get the data. I want to get the data with a field which is having a null value. Okay. So how I'll get the data? First of all, I'll tell the syntax. How it goes is null. So this is a keyword we use, and select column names or anything. Star also you can give from table name where column name is null. So this is my syntax for is null. And we have is not null syntax as well. So we have some comparison operators, right? Like equals to, not equals to, like less than, like that we have, right? We cannot use is null with this comparison operators. Okay, so that's why what we will do, we have this keyword called is null. So we can use this concept called is null or is not null in this particular syntax, like where we can get the null values. So we will see in the dbo.persons, if we have any null values, we will try to get it out. So address, I have one null value. We'll try to get it out. Is null operator example. Select start from persons where address is null. Okay. So I'll get only the 11th row. Yes, you got 11th row, right? In the same way, you can do with not null. So address is not null. So other than this 110 row, you will get other rows. If you observe 110 row is missing, other than that everything is there. So basically, if you want to get the null values, you have to use this operator called is null and is not null. And similarly, we'll try with the customers table. So I know with in email column we have null values, right? And in the customer name we have, and in the address also we have. Let's see. If you give where email is null, then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 rows. Null. See, you got 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7 rows. And in the similar way, if you want to give customer ID, so in the customer ID, we have, sorry, we have 6, 7 rows as null values. So we need to get that is, okay. In the similar way, we can execute for not null. I'll execute both at once. Let's see. Okay. So for the first one is not null, we have only these 2 rows in which email value is not null. And in the second one, customer ID not null, we have this 5 rows. Okay. We'll see whether if you give equals to null, whether it accepts or not. You can see, right? Conversion failed when converting the varchar value null to data type int. So you cannot use equals to or not equals to operator with null. You have to use is null or is not null. Okay. So this is how you use the null operator. Okay, so we will go with the update operators, I mean update statement. We'll try to cover as much as possible today and tomorrow. Sorry, today morning and today evening. So I'll tell this update and let's close. So why we will use this update statement? So update statement is used to modify the existing records in the table. And yes, you understood, right? If you want to modify any of the existing columns or rows in a table, you can use this update statement. And update syntax will go in this way. Update table, we need to give the table name which you want to update, and you need to use this keyword called set. Set, you need to specify which column should be updated. Column 1 equals to value 1. And if you want to specify more than one, if you want to update more than one column in one update statement, yes, you can do by giving comma operator, and then you can give column 2 equals to some value 2 and so on. where you need to specify the condition. Okay, if you are not specify the condition, what will happen? It will update for each and every data in your table. So where condition is must if you are not updating over total table. Okay, so we will go with some examples over here. So I'll just tell you here, where clause is must if you are not specifying it, it will be updating entire table. Okay, so let us see which one shall we update. Shall we update persons or customers? Okay, let's see customers. Okay, I have customers table. I want to update customer ID of the 6th row and address of the 6th row. Okay, so what I will do, update table name customers, and then I will use the keyword called set. Which column I want to update? I want to update the customer ID. So customer ID equals to what value I want to update is 150. Okay, then I want to update address. Address equals to Coimbatore, and I also want to update email. I will specify like email@email.com, something like that, to be more readable. Then I will give where clause because it's very useful. If you don't give where clause, for everything it will be updated, like customer ID is 150, all rows will be updated 150, all address will be updated as Coimbatore, all the city will be updated as email@email.com. Okay, that should not happen. So I'll give the where clause where my here you can see the twist. What is the twist is 6th and 7th rows are duplicates. So if I give where customer ID, or sorry, customer name equals to SQL insert, then it will update two rows because this where customer name SQL insert satisfying both 6th and 7th rows. That's why it will take both the rows and it will update both the rows now, if you can observe. Okay, yes, two rows got affected. If you observe, two rows are affected. So I'll execute this customers table. Okay, if you see 6th and 7th rows are updated as 150 and customer name is updated as SQL insert and address is updated as Coimbatore. So everything is same over here. So it's a duplicate. Okay. Okay. So you can update in this way. I think you understood this concept, like how you can update, how many columns you want to give. You can give that many columns over here, and you can restrict. One second, I'll try one thing, whether it will work out or not, we'll see. Didn't work out. So update in the sense you can update, similarly you can update persons table as well. Whatever, whichever column you want to update, you can do that. So I feel like you are good with the update. I'll stop recording.